So April, we got your message about feeling a need for sweets, and that's natural and normal. We sent you some level G that will reduce those sweet cravings, and that's really important for you to take that multiple times a day. But what I want to do real quick here is to get you to understand that the more you use this guy, the more sweets and carbohydrates you can consume. Remember that when you eat sweets, it's an intense metabolic signal, and the body has to respond by finding a place for all that fuel. If the liver calls the muscles and said, hey, can you help me out here and take some of this fuel, otherwise known as glucose, and the muscle says, no, we haven't moved much in weeks, I don't need any fuel, that's when the metabolic disaster begins, because the liver then has to convert that to what? Fat. And that's the difficulty that the vast majority of people in North America are in. They don't have enough metabolic need for the energy, and yet they're consuming enormous amounts of that energy known as glucose, and they end up storing it on their thighs, their butt, and their abdomen. So the point being that you are doing great. You're increasing your exercise duration, and you're increasing your exercise tolerance, and all that is sending a message from your muscles back to your liver saying, yeah, I need energy. So, in the meantime, we want to give you some Metabolic Makeover approved options. And Natalie's going to show you our favorite right now.
Hi April, I'm so glad to share with you one of our favorite Metabolic Makeover treats. What I'm going to show you today is a combination of fresh organic blueberries, coconut fat, and if necessary, the sweetener xylitol. As you can see, we prefer organic fresh blueberries, and we got these from Trader Joe. The coconut we're going to use is coconut milk that's canned. We've chilled it so that the fat separates out on top and the watery layer is on the bottom. I'm going to take the fat layer off of the top and whip it, put some air into it, and make it nice and light and fluffy. And then if needed, we're going to add a sweetener called xylitol, which is a sugar alcohol. And unlike table sugar, this only increases the blood sugar level a little bit. Also, unlike table sugar, it improves immunity, prevents cavities, and also strengthens bones. Just remember, table sugar contributes to osteoporosis, cavities, and also easily getting infections. So just the opposite. So we chilled our can of coconut milk. And you want the regular kind, not the light, but regular, so that there'll be a nice fat layer on top. The bottom layer will be more watery. We're going to focus on taking off the fat layer. Why do we want the fat layer? Because it contains medium chain triglycerides, and those are metabolic modifiers. They help the body make better energy, help the body to burn fat in a healthy way to get that energy. So I'm going to open the can and scoop out the fatty layer. You can see this is nice and fatty right here. Put that in there. A nice hard bit of it right there. Now I want to whip it up and make it nice and light. Look at that. Better than whipped cream. Better than Cool Whip. Now before you even consider adding any sweetener, go ahead and taste it. It's pretty sweet already. But if you need just a little bit of xylitol, remember, improves immunity, bone health, and prevents cavities. And whips into there really easily. And now we want to get our fresh organic blueberries already rinsed. And remember, portion size is still important. So we're just going to take out 1 scoop of berries. It's tempting to eat more, but we want to think about how we balance this with the protein containing meal we had ahead of time, or at least the 10 grams of protein we had as part of our snack before this. Never eat unopposed carbs. Always have a protein with it. And there it is. Healthy, nutritious, and more energy. The healthy way.